Welcome back to D20 Tactics. On this channel I play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, and we explore combat scenarios and play out the tactics used to defeat monsters quickly and safely, giving you more time to get back to role-playing. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Sarson Zero, and this week we have a recap of the dungeon recently completed by AzureWolf, BlindOracle, Drak Th'n Bolak, and LongFish. First, I'll replay the 6 encounters that made up the Snakefolk lair, and then we'll talk about the encounters that we thought deserved more commentary. If you've recently watched those encounters, I'll put a timestamp for the start of the discussion in the description below. All of our heroes made it home after this one, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I am playing the Wizard. I have 3 levels in Wizard, and for my prepared spells for today, I have Mage Armor, Magic Missiles, Shield, I have Enlarge Reduce, Scorching Ray, Shatter, and I have a magic item that lets me use Gust of Wind.
I'm playing the Rogue, who is now officially also a Thief. I took the subclass last level. No spells to speak of, but there are a couple of things in my inventory that will be useful. Things like ball bearings, caltrops, hunting traps, acid vials.
I'm playing the level 3 Clerk. I have Aid, Blast, Cure Wounds, Guiding Bolt, Healing Word, Inflict Wounds, Vessel Restoration, Spiritual Weapon, and a Warding Bond prepared.
I'm playing a 3rd level fighter with the noble background. I'm sitting on top of a great axe, pike, a maul, and some javelins for range. The features I have at my disposal are Second Wind, defensive fighting style, action surge, and improved critical. My gear is healing potion, a greater healing potion, and I got a fancy ring of jumping.
Wizard, you got any spells you want to use?
Yes, I do. I would like to start with Mage Armor being used before we started the encounter.
Alright, Cleric, you got any spells that you're going to cast before we get started?
No.
You're not casting Aid?
Should I do it at the start, or should I do it when someone goes down?
Takes for 8 hours.
Yeah, I'll do it now. The target of my aid are the Fighter, the Rogue, and the Wizard.
What do you got in hand?
Warhammer and Shield.
AzureWolf, what do you got in hand?
I have Focus.
BlindOracle, what do you got?
The short bow.
Drak, what weapon are you starting off equipped with?
What's the height that they're standing on?
This is 10 feet up.
Can I hold my pike in my right hand and javelin in my left?
Monsters. Let's take a look at our monsters. For the first encounter, you're going up against a giant constrictor snake, a Yanti, or a snake folk, and 2 guards that are mesmerized by the snake folk. Snake folk are known for their ability to charm and mentally control other people, so you have no doubt that's what they're doing here. The snake folk also has a scimitar and a short bow. They are resistant to magic. Constrictor snakes have the ability to constrict you, as one might imagine. This terrain is fairly straightforward. The yellow is difficult terrain, so most of it is foliage. If you wind up going through the foliage, it's going to take 2 squares of movement to do that. There's a little bush right here. Black squares are impassable, so you cannot pass through the tree trunks, so watch out for those.
Does the foliage provide concealment?
The foliage does provide concealment, yes.
10-foot ridge?
Yeah, it's a ridge. This part is 10 foot, this part is 5 feet, so that does not provide concealment. That is terrain and effects. Tactics. Knowing what you're going up against, do you guys have any things that you're thinking about for tactics that you want to use?
I want to use this tree trunk and that tree trunk.
Honestly, this is going to be one of those we need to find a spot where we could find a little bit of cover.
Yes, so you can get full cover from the guards behind the trunks and down this full corridor, down at the south end. But you're going to get trapped in there by a giant constrictor snake, so we probably just want to focus fire, if I'm guessing.
Knowing there's a magic caster in the mix, I say that should be priority 1, right?
Yep.
Yeah, kill the caster first. Always a good strategy.
Yeah, that bottom left, or one of those 2 rows there, looks like a decent spot for the squishies to kind of hide out.
Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Roll initiative. Anybody get higher than a 20? Anybody get between a 20 and a 15?
19 for the Rogue.
15 to 10. I have a 12.
11 for the Wizard.
Who has between a 10 and a 5?
I got a 9 on the Owl.
Oh, I do. I got an 8.
3.
Ooh, we some speedy people.
BlindOracle, you're up.
Okay. Let's go ahead and start sneaking along the top here, east towards the entrance. Excellent. I would like to take the hide action. 24 to hide. And can I see the caster from here or no?
They will have cover.
Yeah, that's fine. I have advantage. Okay. Dice plus 5 to hit the caster. Does a 20 hit?
20 will hit.
17 points of damage.
Guard number 1, yeah, you're out in the open, so we're just going to hop down there and can't stab you this turn. And then guard number 2, try to punish you for moving out there. Constrictor snakes, I can go 30, so I'm going to only be able to go... Wow, this guy's hard to maneuver. Snake folk is going to go to there, and then use an action to hide. So she gets a 13. AzureWolf.
Trying to see if I move east of the fighter one space, if I could hit it, it would have a little bit of cover issue, right? The caster.
A lot of cover issue, but yeah.
So you miss the shots you don't take. That is a 14.
14 will not do it with the cover.
Roger that, and let's get behind these guys.
Now,
let's distract the snake, I guess, for the fighter.
To help the fighter get an advantage on their attack against the snake, and then move 6 back.
Yes.
Drak.
Yeah, alright, I'll bite. Can you move me up to within 10 of the snake? With advantage, is that correct?
Yes.
Nat 20?
Nat 20 will probably hit, yeah.
16. Back me up to that priest, please.
Alright, Constrictor Snake has the ability to bite at 10 feet. You want to move back?
No, I'm good, man. I'll hold my ground.
LongFish, what do you got?
Move me underneath the first guard. Actually, I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds on him. 18?
18 will hit.
13 points of damage total.
13 points of damage is lethal to a guard. BlindOracle.
13 points of damage is lethal to a guard.
Don't forget you have cunning action now, right?
Yeah, we could mess about with that some. I was going to start throwing ball bearings and caltrops around, but friendlies are now next to me, so that's a little harder. We can, however, make it so this guard does not want to move around, or if they fail this, they can't move away. Cunning action, bear trap in the guard square. I guess my best course of action at this point, honestly, is to drop the bow, pull out the short sword, and try and stab the guard. Dice plus 5 to hit. 21.
21, that'll hit.
For 9 points of damage.
Anything else on your turn? You got movement. I don't know if you want to use it or not.
No, I'm not going to use it because I'll just get stabbed.
Well, you're going to get stabbed anyway, because there's a guard right next to you. He gets a 14 to hit you.
With the new AC, that will miss.
That is my guard. I do not want to move anywhere. Constrictor Snake is going to... You can go over the top of that guard. Yeah, we'll go after you there. I get a 10 to hit you.
Okay.
Snake Volk. Let's shoot that fighter. Get out from behind cover. With a short bow, I'm going to get a 22 to hit you.
That'll do it.
6 points of piercing damage to the fighter. And they have poison damage, so let's roll that. 10 points of poison damage. Then I can move one more square. AzureWolf.
Move up to get 60 feet from that caster, and I'm firing a ray of frost downrange. That is a nat 20. 13 points of frost damage. Minus 10 movement also.
You want to move back?
Yes.
Ow.
Second verse, same as the first. Move in, aggravate the snake for the fighter, and get the heck out of range.
Sounds good. Drak.
Alright, so we're going to start off with a second wind. That's going to be 8. Still looking hurt. I like this. Me and this owl are going to be friends for a while. Attack the snake. 19 is a crit because I got improved critical. 15 damage to the constrictor snake.
You want to move?
Yeah, I kind of do. It looks to me like I wouldn't incur if I got up and behind. Right there. You got it.
LongFish.
Redraw my Warhammer, and I'm going to hit the guard. 24 to hit
24 hits.
for 8 points of damage total.
That's lethal. After the LongFish is the BlindOracle.
The snake is threatening me currently, yes?
It is, yes. It can bite at 10 feet.
Bonus action, disengage. Let's go east.
That was west.
That's actually the right play, is to go west and try and shoot him. But he's going to have cover from the snake, probably.
You go there, which you can definitely make. You want to do that one instead?
No, because then the snake's just going to chase me down, and it can do so without provoking an attack of opportunity from anybody. Let's just go ahead and put me in the foliage, and I'll take a hide action. 14.
Constrictor Snake, if I go there, I'm not going to get anybody. Okay, so of the two of you, the fighter is easier to hit, so I can move. So I want to get closer to the caster. I could do more damage with the Constrict. Let's try that. Going after the fighter. I get a 10. Snake Folk. I'm going to cast Suggestion on the fighter. I'm going to suggest that you join my team for the next 8 hours. Go ahead and make a wisdom save.
Got an 18 on the save, though. Well, on the die. That makes it a 19 on the save.
Yeah, that's not going to work then. And then I'm going to move AzureWolf.
Time to take a shot at that thing.
The Constrictor Snake.
Caster.
The caster, okay. How you want to do this? You could stand here.
Yep, I'm thinking that's where I'm going to have to be. That's an 18.
Come on, yeah.
7 frost. I'm trying to get as far away from that thing as possible.
Plus 15 feet. Owl.
Owl, same thing. Run in for the fighter.
And then blitz backward.
Yes.
You probably want 30 from there.
I can fly up, right?
Yeah, we could do 30 vertical.
Yeah, 30's fine. As long as we're out of that thing's reach.
That was the owl. Drak.
I think if I move over to the square 2 down from the green rogue, I should be able to block the constrictor snake from going after the wizard, if I'm not mistaken.
It would be able to squeeze around you or move through the difficult terrain, but you would slow the pursuit of the wizard, yes. One point you might wish to consider, if you move here, you wouldn't limit its mobility, but you would get the attack of opportunity as it goes to leave.
That's smart. Yeah, I'll take that up. On my way there, I'll go ahead and drop my pike and pull a maul, and I'll try and smash it with a maul. I got the advantage again, right?
Correct.
I love this owl. Just a crit, so... I got a 19 on the die.
Come on, man.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Yeah, I got an owl of doom. 19 damage to the giant constrictor snake.
After the Drak comes the LongFish.
I will take the spot where the fighter was gonna go to. So move me to the west. Yeah, I'll hit the snake. That's a 14
That'll do it.
for a total of 7 damage.
After that is a BlindOracle.
The caster has no cover from me right now, correct?
That looks correct.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him. Dice plus 5 with advantage for hiding. That's a crit.
Yeah.
You guys are literally killing me.
This is payback for so many encounters.
Yeah, those skeletons were rough.
You got damage for us?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
He's got a lot of dice to roll.
I do actually. 26.
26 points of damage. Okay. Well, it had 3 hit points left, so it's dead.
Bonus action hide. It's an 18.
A constrictor snake, it's going to go for the easier target, which we're going to try to constrict the fighter. I'm going to get a 15 to hit you.
No, not today.
AzureWolf.
Alright, let's move back in range and shoot the big snake.
You're still within range out there.
That worked for me then. 16,
16 will hit.
7 points of frost, and 10 movement bonus.
It is gone. Congratulations on defeating the first encounter. Anything you guys want to do at the end of the encounter? This is not a short rest period, but if there's something you want to do, let me know.
Loot.
You could pick up a spear, a shield, some armor that's worse than yours, a short bow with some short bow arrows.
Ooh, yes.
We'll say 15 arrows left.
Does the Yuan-Ti Pure Blood have any poison arrows? Because he shot us with one.
Just the ones that they use to shoot at you. That's right.
I think they spit on their arrows.
I would like to recover the hunting trap.
Absolutely. Yeah. Run over there. Anything else before we move on to the next encounter?
Just in case it needs to be said, I recollect my pike from the floor.
Hit points, abilities, spells, items, and hands. What do you think?
Hit points full, including the aid, so now we're at 26. Short bow in hand.
I'm actually going to stow the sword this time. Just my focus is in my hand. HP is full, sitting at 25. 1 spell slot used up out of my first slot spells.
27 HP currently. 3 out of 4 first level spell available. 1 out of 2 second level spell available. Warhammer and Shield.
Drak has 25 hit points, looking a little worse for wear. Has switched to the Yuan-Ti's shield and has a javelin in hand.
We have a bandit captain. Bandit captain has a bunch of attacks. He can parry, which is wielding scimitar and dagger. A snake folk pure blood, wielding a short bow, magic resistance, and they also have scimitars. The other creatures. Does anybody have a passive perception above an 11?
Yeah, I do.
Me.
Does anybody have a passive perception above an 18?
No.
No.
You are able to detect a flying snake over here. So there might be other hidden creatures somewhere else in this room. Terrain layer, somewhat claustrophobic, a lot of impassable terrain, a lot of difficult terrain. These are not sharp corners. You can move around it. You can't move through it. Tactics.
Trying to keep him at range.
Same thing. Get that caster out of here as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Do you think you guys do more damage at range than they can with their poison short bows?
No, because that poison can get nasty.
Probably not, but we have better armor.
Okay. If they connect, they'll do more damage.
Especially with this cover. I don't know how hardy a bandit captain is.
So they look like a melee opponent. They're probably going to come in and melee you guys. Any other thoughts on tactics, or should we roll up initiative?
I mean, I can drop an AoE downrange.
Let's roll it up then. Anybody get higher than a 20?
I've got a 20 on the owl.
Who has between a 20 and a 15?
19.
I have a 6.
I have a 15 on the wizard.
Who has between a 15 and a 10?
Clerk has a 12.
And then what do you got for me, BlindOracle?
A 5.
Al, kick us off.
Let's go distract that captain for our fighter friend.
And then where do you want Al to go after that?
Then I would like him to let's go towards that bottom sarcophagus area, looking there to the south.
Drak.
Yeah, I'll just pop around that corner and take a shot at the captain with the javelin. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a 12.
That does not hit my studded leather armor.
I'd like to go back to my little spot and reload my javelin launcher.
Sounds good. Snake folk. You're on the way, buddy. Okay, we'll move him first then. But to where? We'll go there, and we'll attack the cleric. Well, I got a 10 with the first scimitar. Sounds like a miss.
Nope.
I got a 16 with the second scimitar.
Nope.
And I got a 14 with the dagger. So that's 3 misses on the cleric. We got a snake folk. So the snake folk, we're going to try to charm the fighter. We're going to suggest that you join our team for the next 8 hours. Go ahead and make a wisdom save.
Oh, I got a 19 there.
19 will definitely dismiss that suggestion completely out of hand. Flying snake. Flying snake, do you have flyby? You do have flyby attack, so you should have helped out somebody else. You know what I'm going to do, flying snake? We're going to go kill an owl. We're going to go over here and give the other flying snake advantage on its attack, and then this flying snake will appear from down here. I suppose that was the wrong move, because 2 attacks is better than advantage on 1 attack. So I'll get a crit.
Yeah, you're gonna kill it. It's got 1 HP.
Hold on a second. I'm going to do 1 piercing damage. No, you're right. That's my flying snakes. AzureWolf.
That took a damage off the board, so hey, whatever. Go with the Ray of Frost for the time being.
Who are we targeting?
The captain. 18.
18 to hit the captain. That'll connect.
8 points.
LongFish.
Well, I'll hit the guy that's in base contact with me. It's my Warhammer. It's a mighty 15.
Mighty 15 is exactly what you need.
Or 9 points of damage total. That's all I have.
BlindOracle.
Bonus action to hide behind the cleric. 25.
25 succeeds.
Standard action to shoot the bandit captain with advantage. Halfling luck kicks in.
Oh, that's nice. With advantage?
Yeah.
Wow.
You got double ones? That's really bad.
Yeah.
Ow.
For a 17.
17 connects.
That's decent. 14 points of damage.
After the BlindOracle is the Drak.
I'm going to go ahead and stab this guy in the shoulder with my javelin that's in hand. Armor class 18
Hits.
for a fat 4 points of damage. He should now have a javelin in him. I'm going to drop my shield.
It is an action to remove a shield.
Well, it's going to have to happen. So we'll go ahead and blow the action surge and feel guilty about it and drop our shield.
Do you want to blow the action surge next turn so you still have the benefit to AC?
Oh, with the shield now? Yeah, that makes more sense. Good call. I need to put a weapon in my hand, so I'll pull another javelin, I guess.
Snake folk. Because we can, we're going to do it. We're going to cast Suggestion again on the fighter. Go ahead and make another wisdom save.
Yeah, it's unlikely I'll roll another 18, guys. I did, in fact, roll exactly another 18, so that's going to be a 19 on the save.
19 on the save. Okay, well, she's certainly making an attempt. 1, 2, 3 to go there. Now my flying snakes. My flying snakes are going to move in and attack the fighter. The first one's going to fly in here, give the bandit captain advantage on its next attack against the fighter, and then it's going to depart, and then the other flying snake is going to move in and just make an attack. It's going to get 11 to hit you. That's going to miss, obviously, and then I'm going to move away, and then the bandit captain's going to make his attacks. He's going to go after the fighter. First one has advantage. We're going to get a 15 to hit you.
No.
And then the next one is a 23.
That connects, yeah.
Take 9 points of slashing, and then he's going to offhand the dagger, 11 to hit you. After that, we go to the AzureWolf.
Try to do a little bit of cleaning up here. Can I hit the 2 snakes?
Let's take a look. You want visual line of sight to the snakes. Negative, positive, although it will have cover.
Okay, so if I move out, I can do it to the east of the fighter. I'm just seeing if I could get there.
Yep, and then you could hit both of them.
Perfect.
Wouldn't that incur?
It seems like it's within the same area.
Scorching Ray, except I'm going to split the beams up. One's going to go to each snake, and then don't think the lady is in my range, so I'll send an extra one to another snake.
You are within threat range of the captain, because you're not incurring attack of opportunity, so you will be doing these with disadvantage. Do you want to move one more square, take the oppie, and not take disadvantage?
Wait, can the captain attack through that square? Because that's a wall.
That's a very good point. So you're able to avoid the attack of opportunity, by moving into a place that it can't attack but is still within its threatened range. That's a really good tactic. That's a good use of those. So do you want to do one more? Because you're not taking the Obby.
Yeah, that's a smarter move then. So we're going to send one to each target out there, basically. We're going to go left, middle, then right. 23.
23 connects, roll it up.
That is a total of 5.
That's what you needed. Snake dies.
For the Yanti, 24.
Hits.
9.
And the last one.
And that is a 14.
Yeah, it's got cover from there. That is not going to hit the snake.
Can I get back?
So you've got one left. Head south.
Yeah, south.
That was the AzureWolf LongFish.
Keep whacking the guy that's in front of me for a total of 13.
13 to hit does not hit.
That's me.
After that is BlindOracle.
Yeah, it solved the problem in front of us. Again, bonus action, hide. 26.
Yep.
Pop out, shoot the bandit captain. A 20.
Yep.
17.
Okay. Anything else? Movement? You're good there?
I can't stand behind the cleric south, right? That's a block path.
No, you can move there if you want.
Yeah, there.
You got it. After the BlindOracle is Drak.
All right, so I'm actually going to hold on to this shield here and drink a potion behind it. That should be 14. It should get me up to 30, right, because the aid. I'll use my action surge here. And I know that I'm attacking with a lesser weapon, but I might as well. And I'll go ahead and stab this bandit captain in right here. Only a 13. I'm done.
13 is not going to make it. After that, we go to the Snake Folk. The Snake Folk is going to... Caster has a higher wisdom. I have to go for the fighter.
Plus, I have advantage on charm.
I don't see any better target than the fighter. Cast my final suggestion on the fighter. Another wisdom save.
I got a 5 this time. That becomes a 6.
All right, the suggestion is to join my team for the next 8 hours.
Oh, I'm on your team.
Does killing your friends seem like a reasonable suggestion to him?
Yeah, joining my team is reasonable. There's plenty of reasons that a person could do that. There are teams and people join them. Flying Snake, we're going to go to there, help the bandit captain attack the cleric, fly away to there. Captain's going to attack. First attack with advantage, crit, take 8 points of slashing damage from a scimitar. Second attack is a 17. I think that misses you, right?
Missed.
The dagger's going to get a 15 to also miss. AzureWolf, does he know the counter spell for suggestion?
Yep. Magic missile. Alright, here comes some 3 missiles downrange. Gonna call them out one at a time. First missile, 5. Second missile, 3. Third missile, 5.
13 points of damage and 3 concentration saves. These are all DC 10. My concentration is +0. Alright, well, here goes nothing. A 13, a 10, and a 4. So we lose concentration on that spell.
Woohoo.
You are your own fighter again. Anything else for AzureWolf?
Yeah, I'm gonna tuck back in this corner a little bit more and go probably around this sarcophagus to the south there.
LongFish.
Let's see. Do I want to just downwist this bandit captain?
We do have a short rest coming up. I'm also after you. I don't know how many HP this thing has left.
I'll whack him with Warhammer one more time. 19 to hit
19 will connect.
for 9 points of damage total. That's me.
BlindOracle.
Same thing. Hide, shoot the bandit captain to get advantage. 23 for the hide.
Yep.
19 to hit.
Yep.
14 points of damage. This is not non-lethal.
It's 100% true. You got a movement?
Yes, I would like to... Hang on. Being a stunty sucks. Right now.
Yeah, you have your moments when you pull off some weird stuff.
That's true. Can I stand 1 square diagonal west of the wizard? I actually don't think I have that much movement. I think I have to end up out in front of the alcove.
That sharp corner is going to cut you off, so you're going to have to spend 4 to there. You can go back here, but that's probably not what you want.
No, it's really not. I guess I stay where I'm at.
After that, we go to the Drak.
Okay, I will move 30 feet. Can I get to that little spot with cover just at the base of the stairs?
You want 30 to here?
Yep, that's where I want. And then I will drop shield and pull out my fancy pike.
Snake Folk. Snake Folk is going to run from that fighter and shoot the wizard.
Does the wizard get cover for the sarcophagus?
Absolutely. How does a 21 sound?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Even shield wouldn't help with that.
Take 4 points of piercing damage and 5 points of poison damage. You concentrating on them?
Nope.
I'm not going to get away from that fighter. My best chance to do that is to go there. So we're going to get the most cover that we can. Actually, we're going to get more cover from the rogue because it's a little more dangerous because I can't get away from that. Flying Snake, we're going to go and call dodge.
Clever.
Clever.
AzureWolf.
Yeah, let's move out there, and I guess I'm gonna try to shoot that snake to get him off the board because I don't think I can get to that Yanti. That is 8.
8 is not going to do it.
And then let's tuck back. Actually, can I get to that corner?
You got it. LongFish.
Get me as close to the fighter as you can. I'm gonna hit it with Sacred Flame.
Snake gets a 23 to avoid that.
Alright, dodged.
BlindOracle.
Let's go ahead and start moving up, and then go north from there, and then bonus action dash. Yes, right there. Nope, go back south one.
An action.
So move, action. We'll take the hide action. A 12.
Drak.
I think I'm going to take the Oppie and move to the bottom of the stairs closest to the Yonti.
11 to hit you with the attack of opportunity. And you're going to go to the western stairs. I don't think you're going to get around that corner.
One more forward. Attack with the pike.
Oh, because you have a pike, and pikes have reach. I was never going to make it away from you.
That's going to be AC 16
Connects.
for 11 damage.
After the Drak is the Snake Folk. Snake Folk is within melee range. Is it your melee range or my melee range? You have disadvantage on the attack roll if you are within 5 feet of a hostile creature who can see you and is not incapacitated. It's not about range, it's about 5 feet. So I can shoot you at this range without any penalty. So let me do that. I think that is my best shot. I'm going to go to shoot you. 10 to hit. That's a miss. And then my flying snake! Oh, it should have given you advantage. That's so dumb. I guess we're going to just anchor the cleric. I'm going to fly him to there and dodge. AzureWolf.
Same thing, we'll move out, try to hit that thing. Disadvantage coming out. That is a 17. I dropped a 20.
17 to hit. Yep.
5 points of damage.
That's what you needed.
Yes.
LongFish.
Alright, Snake problem. Go up diagonally to up north 3 and then go up 2. Yeah. Can I hit the snake person?
Yeah, it's got cover, but you can hit it.
Whack it with my hammer. 13?
13 is not going to make it with the cover.
Okay. That's me.
After that, we go to the BlindOracle.
I think that's what we do. There's a difficult terrain square there. If that's a bush, we'll just try and hide in the bush. Although, well, I can't see the Auntie from there.
Right, yeah. You don't have line of sight.
Oh, this was the wrong corridor to hide in. But I'm still hidden, in theory, because I took the hide action last turn, so I don't need to take it this turn. So move, dash, shoot. Behind the fighter. Am I hidden, is the question.
You got a 12 last time?
Yeah.
You are not.
Okay. Just take the shot then at normal. Does a 17 hit
17 hits.
for 7 points of damage.
Did you roll a really, really low number on all your dice?
Oh, wait, yeah, he's in 13.
Drak.
All right. Yeah, so I think I'll stick him with the pike. Roll a nat 20 on the die.
Of course you will.
That's 10 damage.
10 points of damage, and that is lethal for that particular snake folk.
Cool. Does he have any cool stuff?
The same thing as the last one had. It's got a scimitar, short bow. The bandit captain has a scimitar and a dagger, and flying snakes just have their flying snakeness.
I think I will take some arrows and a short bow.
Sounds good. Anybody else want to do anything just generic end of encounter things?
Is anyone below half health?
We got a short rest coming up, so
I mean, I can pop my Channel Divinity Restore Life and bring anyone who's below half up to half.
That's a great use of that. People are below half.
But it doesn't sound like anybody's below half, so...
Well, if no one's below half, then yeah, that's that.
Who's going to spend hit dice on the short rest?
I healed for 7.
Spend 1, 6 points total.
And I would like to resummon Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand. BlindOracle, what do you got?
Hit points 26. Short bow in hand. No abilities to speak of.
AzureWolf.
I'm currently sitting at a 23 out of 25 on my HP. Spells, I've used up 2 first level slots. Arcane Recovery. I'll get my second slot back.
What do you got in hand?
Just my focus.
LongFish.
25 out of 27 hit points, 3 out of 4 first level spell slots, and 1 out of 2 second level spell slots. I got my Warhammer and Shield.
Drak, what do you got?
I got 30 hit points right now with the benefit of aid. I've recovered my action surge and second wind because I've had a short rest. I have in my right hand my maul. In my left hand, I have a javelin ready to hurl. I'm feeling prim and proper and ready to fight.
So I've got a giant scorpion. Giant scorpion has multiple attacks. It can make 3 attacks with its claws and 1 with its sting, as you might imagine for a scorpion. It's got some poison. Yeah, it does some poisoning. That's what the terrain looks like. Giant scorpion is large, however. If you try to move through the terrain, it's going to squeeze through here. I don't know if you guys want to try to do that, to blitz through there and get away from it and try to take cover from it, but we'll see how that goes. Tactics, what are you guys thinking?
I think some of this will boil down to initiative rolls, if I'm being really honest. If it beats us on the roll, it's going to jam us up in here. If we beat it on the roll, My plan is honestly to run forward, drop a hunting trap in the most inconvenient place possible for it, and then scuttle down that corridor.
Do we know its reach?
Giant Scorpion has a reach of 5 feet.
So if we can beat him on the initiative, we can all hide in the corridor and just force him to squeeze, right?
Basically make you a Spartan wall.
Who goes down the tube last is what I'm wondering.
I would say put me or the rogue down the hall.
I would be in the end, and then the fighter behind me would be the most ideal thing, I think, because he has a pike.
So the cleric would be closest to the Scorpion, fighter right behind that.
Highest AC.
Got it. That's what I needed to know. Thank you.
Alright, so it sounds like you guys got a battle plan. Let's see if it works. Roll up initiative. Anybody get higher than a 20? Uh-oh. Anybody get between a 20 and a 15?
19 on the owl.
19 on the owl. Okay, this is going to get interesting.
Yeah.
I got a 17. Who gets between a 15 and a 10?
Rogue has a 14.
14 on the wizard.
Who has between a 10 and a 5?
Drax got a 9.
A 7 on the clerk.
Well, we're holding up here, boys.
That whole no plan survives first contact with the initiative die.
Owl. What is the owl going to do? I think this is actually where you make or break it with the owl. Do you sacrifice the owl to try to pin the Scorpion in place, or do you do something else?
Then we lose the owl for the next round.
Exactly. So you got to choose to sacrifice him or not. It's up to you. What do you got?
Yeah, let's put the owl up front and go dodge.
Put the owl in the front and then call dodge, so that it either has to squeeze around that and lose all of its movement, or it has to try to fight this owl. Okay. And now it's my turn. So this is the vicious, most angry owl I've ever seen. I don't think. Oh my god. All right. So if I were to move, I wouldn't even get to you. That was the move. You found it. So there's no point in me squeezing. Oh, there is, because I would rather be here and fighting you. Yeah. So let's do that. Oh, this is stupid. I should just fight the owl here and get them as much movement as I can. Okay, there it is. Thank you guys all for bringing that up. That's very helpful of you. First attack, 12 to hit the owl.
12 is his AC.
Wait, he was dodging though.
I used disadvantage. I got a 19 on the other roll. 12 is AC, owl drops.
Yeah, you kill him.
Second attack, let's go for the fighter. It's got lower armor.
It was worth a shot.
19 to hit you with a claw.
That's gonna do it.
Ooh, 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and thou art grappled. And then the sting, we're going to sting the same target, and we're going to 16 to hit you with the stinger.
No.
After that, we're going to go to the BlindOracle.
Same gameplay pattern as pretty much always at this point. Hide bonus action. 17.
It has blind sight of 60 feet.
Right. I am, sir, not participating in this encounter.
Well, you are. You're just not getting advantage on every single shot.
Does a 18 hit the Scorpion?
18 will connect with the Scorpion, even with cover.
14 points of damage.
That puts us on the board. AzureWolf.
Here's my idea. We can still get down this hall if I can pull this off. Gust of wind using the fan that you gave me. We'll push it back 15 feet.
Counter argument, this isn't a bad place to be. It's not ideal, but it's not the worst.
60 feet long, 10 feet wide, blast from you in a direction if you choose the spell's duration. Each creature that in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in the direction of the line. Okay, you're throwing that?
Yep, and try to push this guy back against that wall.
Alright, so he's going to make a strength save. What is the save DC?
13.
DC 13. Okay, he's going to fail. He got a 12. So the Scorpion is pushed.
I can't remember if I go with him or not.
No. So you have the grappled condition, meaning you have movement 0, and that's pretty much the end of that conversation. Now, there are things about how do I get out of it. One of the answers to that question is...
Hit him with the gust of wind?
Well, that's one of them. The creature moves away from you to where it can no longer grapple. You are no longer grappled.
And cheese it down the hall.
That's as far as you're going to cheese it for. So you guys are probably going to have to do a blocking maneuver for at least one round. Drak.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Go ahead and put me between right up on the Scorpion and then over one. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna swing for the fences. I got a fantastic 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
No, it does not. I'm gonna stay right there and be sad.
After that, we go to the LongFish.
Move me up next to the fighter. I am going to inflict a wound on it.
Roll it up. Oh, I roll. No, you roll to hit. There's a 3rd edition version of the spell that always comes to mind.
That's still a touch attack.
It is still touch attack, but I have to make a save.
17 to hit.
17 will indeed connect.
Honestly, where it's at right now is not a bad spot for it.
Says the guy not standing next to it.
Yeah, right?
18 damage.
There you go.
Scorpion. So the Scorpion can squeeze out of here if it wants to. I think we would rather go for a caster or a rogue than either of these suits of armor. I'll take an Oppie, which I don't want to do, but I can get to a caster. We're going to go...
Opportunity attack.
Yeah, I'm not going to get anywhere. So let's just go after the fighter with the lower armor. First claw, 18 to hit you.
Yeah, that comes in.
7 points of bludgeoning damage. Second claw, 6 to hit you. Sounds like a miss. And then we're going to try to sting you, and we're going to get a 21 to sting.
Here it comes.
10 points of piercing damage and a constitution save.
That's a 21.
21 will succeed on the constitution save, so only take half of this. 26 points of poison damage, halved to 13.
Okay, I'm down.
Scorpion has movement. Yeah, I'm still going to take an Oppie. It's very much not worth it. BlindOracle. There is a giant gust of wind in front of you.
What does that do to shooting things with a bow?
Nothing. It doesn't say anything.
Nothing? Cool. We're just going to shoot the Scorpion. Let's not make this complicated. 15 to hit.
Exactly what you needed.
Ooh. For 12 points of damage. We have movement, though. So let's go 3 north, and then bonus action dash, and go, or as much as I can, east. Yeah, I'll take that.
AzureWolf.
Alright, let's try to slow that Scorpion down some more for Ray of Frost. 14.
14 will not connect. Drak, does save and throw.
15. Succeed.
LongFish.
Oh, I don't have my hammer anyway. I'm gonna inflict wound on the thing again.
Can you bonus action heal the fighter?
Oh wait, no, I can't do bonus action and action both first level. So I will action Sacred Flame, bonus action Healing Word.
Alright, Sacred Flame save. He's going to get a nat 1. That's not going to get him very far. Go and roll the damage.
8 points of damage. And fighter gets 8 points of healing.
8 points of damage is lethal to the Scorpion. That's exactly what you needed. So this combat is actually over.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, looking back, I probably should not have sacrificed that owl like I did.
So, counter argument, if he had whiffed all of those attacks, which not impossible, given that the owl is called dodge, at that point then we have bought an entire turn.
Yeah, I know. That was the hope.
The Scorpion just happened to be much better at stabbing things in close combat than anyone expected. Maybe have the fighter second wind as a bonus action now, so you have more HP going into the next combat. Wait, time out. You're below half HP right now, right? Before you spend or do anything. Cleric should pop Channel Divinity now while he's below half.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there we go. I'll bring him back to half. What's your half, by the way? 16?
Well, with aid, it should be... Yeah, 16 would be 32, so 16.
And from there, second wind.
I got 5 from the second wind.
So at that point, you're at 21. Do you want to spend more, or are you good?
I think I'm going to drink it. A little nervous about that, but should be good to go at 3 encounters left. Yeah, I'll drink it. Got 6 out of that.
That's it for this encounter. One more until the short rest. Hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand. Drak, what do you got?
I got 27 hit points. I killed my healing potions. I have an action surge left. In my hand, I'll have my pike. And I'll be trying to keep some distance this one.
Sounds good. BlindOracle.
We are still at full hit points, so 26 HP. We have the short bow in hand. We have no consumable abilities to speak of.
AzureWolf.
23 out of 25 on the HP front. I have my focus in my hand. I have used up 2 first level spell slots. I have 2 remaining there, and I still have both of my second level slots because I've used up my arcane recovery. My fan has used its 1 given freebie charge for the day. It's a 20% loss if I use it again.
And LongFish.
I have 25 out of 27 hit points, 1 level 1 spell slot remaining, and 1 level 2 spell slot remaining. I'm armed with my Warhammer and shield.
Monsters, abilities, items, and numbers. We've got a Snakefolk Pureblood. Snakefolk Pureblood have the ability to charm people, so that's pretty effective. They also have poison short bows, and they are resistant to magic, also very fun. We've got a swarm of poisonous snakes. Swarms have a benefit where they are resistant to a whole bunch of types of damage, mundane or magical, so that's cool. And they also have a bunch of condition immunities. Surprisingly or not, you can grapple a swarm of poisonous snakes, you just can't knock them prone, so that's fun. They can also bite and they do poison damage. And then finally we have 2 cultists. Cultists have scimitars and dark devotion to their masters. Terrain. whole bunch of difficult terrain. So you got some statues that you could squeeze behind if you wanted to. You've got like an elevated position that's difficult to get up onto. Tables and chairs, which provide for difficult terrain. You also have, a couple of different rooms here. So that might make things interesting as you guys maneuver around as they maneuver around. These are narrow, so they will block corridors. But everyone's aware where everybody else is.
Those stairs are not difficult terrain, is that correct?
Correct. The stairs are not difficult terrain. Tactics, what are you guys thinking for this fight?
Bum rush.
There's a big space.
Go left with the party and then find a way via my bag of tricks to block the central corridor to keep the caster from getting in the room, or slow them down at least, while we deal with the snakes and the cultists.
Looks like there's some barrels back there to block the corridor with. To our right, looks like there's some barrels through the way we came.
I was thinking things more like caltrops and or hunting traps to just keep them immobilized and in the corridor for as long as possible.
All of the above.
Snake folk are not known for their feats of strength, at least not these kinds of snake folk. So hunting trap might be effective in that regard. Regarding which room to go after first, the conventional wisdom says kill the caster first. Why do you guys think cultists first?
I don't. I think we should bum rush up north first, but I'd go along with taking on the cultists and whatnot. But it might be the same idea, right? We just block the left corridor and then go after the dude.
Yeah, 'cause that room to the south of the caster is a nice spot to hide in, right? Is that a door or is that a gate?
Sure, a door or gate.
The reason I suggested going left rather than dealing with the caster in this case is because, one, I'm betting that the cultists don't necessarily have as much HP as the caster does, so it's faster to clear trash in this case. And it's also a little easier to block that corridor and run into that space because it's closer than it would be to try and move around the corner, block the space, and run up and engage the caster. We can run past the caster's line of sight, is what I was thinking, and create havoc for the caster, rather than try to run into and neutralize the caster while we create blocking space for 3 other creatures. I think it might be 6 to 1/2 dozen, but that's why I suggested we clear trash and then kill the caster. If the party feels strongly about killing the caster, we can try and do it the other way around.
I don't feel strongly about anything these days.
No, you sound like you got a solid plan here. I mean, it does seem like it would work.
We are once again at the mercy of the initiative dice to make this work, though.
Yep.
All right, let's see how those initiative dice turn out. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Who got higher than a 20?
Yikes.
Who has between a 20 and a 15? Okay, 15 and a 10,
I have an 11.
10 and a 5,
7.
6.1.
6.
I got a 5. It's because I was carrying those barrels.
Right. BlindOracle, what do you got?
Wow, that goes first. I am astounded. Okay, so let's go ahead and move as much as my stunty little legs will carry me north. Ooh, I have to take the dash action to make this happen. That's fine. Dash, stop there, use action, hunting trap, and then move back towards the party. Right there, perfect. Because I need to put caltrops out next. This hallway's just going to be Home Alone, man. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
AzureWolf.
Okay, wow. Really? Holy Plan to get to that room, but I really don't want to go forward first. I'll move up 2 into the room just before the corner. Yep, that way somebody else can get in front of me.
You got an action?
Dodge!
Cultist. Dash, and then the other cultist will go and attack the wizard. Cultist has a scimitar, and it gets a 17 to hit you.
Shield?
Those are my cultists. My swarm of poisonous spiders. Poisonous spiders can move 30 feet, so they're going to go, and they're going to ready action to attack an enemy who winds up here. And then the snake folk step in the trap.
Cool. DC 13 save. Dexterity.
Fail.
Cool. Immobilized. DC 15 strength check to break out of it.
Certainly, and you got some damage from me, I think.
I do. Hang on, I have to get a die I don't use normally. 2 points of piercing damage.
Alright, and then we're going to shoot you with a bow. I'm going to get a 19 to hit you.
That will do it.
2 points of piercing, and 7 points of poison. That was all of my guys. LongFish.
Well, this is a problem. Drop my warhammer, bring out a throwing axe, and throw an axe at the cultist in front of me.
Would Sacred Flame be better or no?
I think it's pretty close as far as accuracy goes. Damage is favoring the axe.
I'll throw an axe at them.
Roll to hit.
15 to hit
That will connect.
for 7 points of damage.
Move back to give way for somebody else. Drak.
First thing is I drop some barrels. I step up, I grab a wizard and throw him behind me.
You're grappling him? Okay. Wizard, you going with him?
Yeah, it's gonna provoke it though, right?
No, because it's force movement.
Yeah, sure.
Then I'm going to pull a pike out and stab that guy with it with an action surge. I got an 11 to hit him.
11 is not going to do it.
I didn't think it would. I'm going to hold the line. I'm done.
After the Drak is the Blind Oracle.
Sure, time for just halfling things.
There you go.
I'm going to eat an attack from the snakes, though, I think, no matter what. Because it's a readied action, right? I'm not provoking an attack of opportunity. He has a readied action.
They're not taking an attack of opportunity. They're using a reaction to make the regular readied attack.
Disengage. Move in front of the fighter.
Could you use your action to dodge? Could you disengage as a bonus action, dodge, and move?
Oh, yeah, I could do that. I could dodge, disengage, and then move in front of you. Yeah, that works.
Or you could dodge and then use your bonus action to dash and eat 3 attackers' opportunities if they want to take them, but they would all be against your dodge.
Nah.
Okay, I tried.
I think we just disengage, dodge, and good sell. Good sell. But,
That's smart, because if you wind up here, you can only possibly eat you could eat a couple, but we'll see what happens.
as the kids say, not today, Satan.
So dodge and disengage. Move through his square because you're a halfling. Dodge this attack. They're going to roll a 3. Oh, they're really good. They got a 9 to hit you.
That won't do it.
That was a Blind Oracle. AzureWolf.
Let's fire through my people here with a Ray of Frost. Oh, yeah. 7's not going to do it.
7 is not going to do it.
And I'm going to move to the right once.
The conglomeration for short folk, thank you.
Cultists. Well, the easy one is Snake Folk going to try to get out of the trap.
DC 13 strength. If you fail the check, it is a point of damage.
Takes another point of damage. So I think my best bet is to try to help them.
That's a good cultist right there.
Succeed on this one. I'm pretty sure that disables the trap. They can't trigger it a second time.
Correct, because I have to reset the trap.
And now he's going to move. Cultist number 2 is going to attack the halfling, who is
Still dodging AC 15.
Still dodging.
still dodging. Yeah. I have a whole bunch of damage that I've taken. I'm going to disengage and maintain. Is that better for the cause? The cause is to kill the adventurers.
The cause is to summon Yig, the All-Father Serpent.
If I move away, I'm going to disengage and go there. Swarm is going to come in.
9 or better on 2 dice.
I got a 12 to hit you.
That will miss.
All right, and that was my turn. Longfish.
Take a step forward. Sacred Flame the snake.
A mass of snakes is able to dodge your Sacred Flame within 18.
Yeah, take a step back.
Drak.
I'm going to try and get a couple of snakes with a pike. I got a crit.
Yes, you did.
19 on the die. And that's going to be 15 damage to a bunch of snakes on the ground.
15 points of piercing damage will turn into 7 points of damage for a snake swarm. They resist piercing damage. After that, we go to Blind Oracle,
Okay, so now it's time to use a set of absolutely infuriating actions.
also known as a Blind Oracle turn.
We're going to disengage, step behind the fighter, use action, acid flask attack into the snakes. Dice plus 3.
Dice plus 3, yeah, because it's a improvised ranged attack.
20.
20 is going to hit a swarm of snakes with acid.
And I need to look up the rules on sneak attack.
So, a sneak attack, once per turn you can deal an extra d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the roll with Joe. You don't need advantage if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. No sneak, but you'll get full acid damage.
And that's going to be 2d6 acid damage. 11.
You got more movement?
Yeah, move me away from those snakes. Perfect.
AzureWolf,
Step in, take a shot. That is a not natural 20.
dirty 20 hits.
8 points of frost, minus 10 movement. Move back out.
My turn. Let's move some snakes. Have the snakes attack you here. They're going to get an 11 to hit you. It's not very good. Cultist isn't going to be able to get to you, so it's going to stay right where it is. Ready action to attack anyone who moves into that space.
Well, doesn't that trigger?
No. He's going to ready an action to attack an enemy who steps into that space. Thank you, guys. This guy's going to ready an action to attack enemies, step into this space, and then this one's going to go and then shoot at the fighter. They're going to get a 16 to hit, which is real close, I think.
No, missed by 1.
And I should have been trying to charge him. Oh well. Longfish.
Take a step out. Gonna throw an axe at the snake people. That's a 6 total. I don't think that's gonna hit.
6 is not going to hit.
Take a step back.
Drak.
Let's see if he's resistant to piercing damage. It's going to be AC 21
Hits.
for 4 damage.
4 points of damage. Anything else for Drak?
I'm going to look at that square behind me longingly.
Blind Oracle.
Bonus action, hide. 16. Move 3 squares west. Shoot the caster. 20.
20 hits.
12. And then 2 east.
AzureWolf.
Alright.
Oh, I did it. I think I did it, didn't I?
You did. Shatter.
Oh boy. Okay.
Spear him up.
So there's your shatter.
Let's center it on the caster.
You're going to hit an ally if you do that.
I'm sculpting.
That's a really good answer to that.
Alright, con save. DC 13.
Rearmost cultist, 16, so they're going to pass. They're going to take half. Nearer cultist gets a 19, so they're going to pass. Swarm gets a 11, so they're going to fail. And then the snake folk gets a 6, so they're going to fail. How much damage?
9 thunder damage.
Okay, so 4 points to that cultist. This swarm takes 9, and then this takes 9. After the AzureWolf is the cultist. I think the cultist is going to do the same thing. I don't think there's a better way, because I don't have a ranged attack, and you guys have choke pointed this fairly well. So the cultist is going to ready action to attack an enemy that moves into this square. The snakefolk is going to try to charm the fighter. Go ahead and make a wisdom save. And the suggestion is to join my team for the next 8 hours.
Oh, I got a 16.
That suggestion fails with your wisdom saving throw. And then we go to the swarm. The swarm's going to try to attack you. And the swarm gets a 19 to hit. They're going to do a single d6 of piercing damage because they are under half hit points. So take 2 points of piercing damage and make a constitution save.
My constitution save is 11.
That succeeds. You're only going to take half of the poison damage. So a 11 turns into 5. Take 5 points of poison. LongFish.
Corridor's still packed. That around the corner. Sacred Flame, I guess.
Who are we throwing it at?
The snake folk.
They fail. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Hooray! 3 points of damage.
And then move back.
Yeah.
After the LongFish is the Drak.
Okay, so I'm going to instinctually attack the snakes in front of me rather than the snake folk out of fear for my life.
That makes sense.
Unfortunately, I got a 7.
A bunch of snakes have more AC than 7.
Yeah, we're having a rough day over here. Done.
BlindOracle.
I do not want my fighter getting charmed, so we're going to do the same thing. Hide as a bonus action.
Roll it up.
21. Shoot the caster. Crit.
Yep, that'll help. And then pour out a sock full of d6s.
We're not there yet. Come on. We're not there yet. Wait till level 5 when a crit is 8 dice. Although we rolled really well, so hang on. I used to be better at arithmetic than this. What happened?
Cognitive decline begins around age 18.
Oh, I'm way past that. 18 and 9 is
27.
27 plus 3 more is 30.
30 points of damage. Alright, well you do 75% of its health in one shot, so it dies. Where do you want to go next?
Then we scoot back.
After the BlindOracle is the AzureWolf.
I don't think it's worth burning another AoE now that caster's gone. Let's try to drop those snakes.
Please?
Is a 19 on a Ray of Frost.
Hits.
4.
That'll do it. 1 point of damage left and they're gone.
Ah, praise be.
Do you want to move somewhere else?
Heck no.
Oh, gotta ask. Cultist is going to try to get the last lick in on the fighter. How does a 14 sound?
Don't like it, but it doesn't hit.
LongFish.
Bring it home.
Take a step out. Sacred Flame.
I'm going to get a 20 to dodge that.
I'll take a step back.
Drak.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab this guy and pull him back a square so that everybody can hit him.
Make your grapple check.
19.
I got a 5, like so.
Yep.
After the Drak is the BlindOracle.
Yeah, I see no reason not to just shoot the cultist.
You want to grab the hide first?
Yeah, but that's not going to be a great hide. That's a 10.
Fanatical cultists are going to be able to see a 10.
Yes. So now we'll take the shot. But that'll hit. That's a 21.
Hits.
Ooh, for 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Well, that is all of his health, so he drops. End of the fourth encounter is a short rest. Anybody doing any normal end of encounter stuff?
Recover my hunting trap. Scavenge arrows off of the Yanti.
Pick up another 15 arrows.
Yeah, recover my hand axes.
Defile this altar, and then I'm also gonna grab me a scimitar too.
Sounds good. All right, short rest things. BlindOracle, you spending any hit dice?
Yes. So 8 for the first one brings us to full.
Resummoning Albus Dumbledore.
Regain my channel divinity. That's it.
Yeah, it spent hit dice and got to full.
And that'll end this encounter. Hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand, Drak.
Hit points, 33. I have the magical spell Pike. I have Action Surge and Second Wind have been recovered. Other than that, I'm good to go.
Blind Oracle.
25 of 25 HP. We've used 1 vial of acid. I've recovered all my other tricks. I have no consumable or timed actions to speak of as a rogue. I am holding a short bow.
AzureWolf.
23 out of 25. My HP. I have used up 2 spell slots in the first, having 1 left, and 1 spell slot in the second, having 1 left. My arcane recovery is going for the day. Arcane focus is in my hand.
LongFish.
25 out of 27 hit points. 1 level 1 spell slot remaining and a 1 level 2 spell slot remaining. I have Warhammer and Shield.
Monster. So this is a Snakefolk Malison. They come in types. This is a type 3, which I think is the best of all worlds. There are a variety of different types, but I think this is the one I'm going to go with. This guy has a humanoid head and upper body with a serpentine lower body. So he cannot bite you unless he transforms into a snake. It bite, it constrict, but mostly it shoot you with a longbow from range. So that's what I've got. Longbow, scimitar, and I can bite and constrict for poison damage or grappling. Terrain. This is the terrain layer. It's some difficult terrain. Difficult terrain up here, difficult terrain over there. I think we're going to be fighting over here, but we'll find out, so maybe none of this matters. Tactics. What are you guys thinking for this fight? It's a single target encounter. It's got a couple of hit points, but it is only a single monster encounter, so what are you guys thinking?
Nothing we've come up with work so far.
Try to block him in. This place is a door. We can hard choke point him if we want to.
We're going to figure out a way to get to that top right room. I know it.
I say we hold the top right room then.
Blind Oracle, you said you mentioned something?
I was going to say 1 dice, 2. Supposedly it's good with a bow, so we might want to swarm this guy.
Sorry, what about dice?
No plan survives first contact with initiative. If this guy beats us on initiative, our tactics are going to have to shift to accommodate his first turn.
That is certainly true, but I would counter with a bad plan followed by everyone is better than a good plan followed by no one.
Fair.
Any other thoughts before we get started?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the swarm tactic because of that bow. Get in his face, make him hate it.
I'm just thinking about shoot and scoot. Everybody's got a little something they can throw.
If he closes distance to the wrong person, you'll be in trouble.
That's why we got this nice, beautiful hallway up here. We can jump out and just get around him and stab him a bunch of times, but what's going to happen is he's going to get around to where he's going to stab somebody who shouldn't be getting stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think between me and the rogue, we can probably play the keep away game a lot better. And if you're in its area, you're going to give it disadvantage on the shots.
You want me to close? Oh.
One of you needs to get in its face and stay in its face at all times.
I nominate the cleric to get in his face and stay in his face for all times.
Oh, that's our answer then.
Alright.
Alright, LongFish. You volunteer as tribute by proxy of everyone else saying so.
Let's roll initiative. Anybody get higher than a 20? I have a 21.
Welp.
Those are where all my good rolls go. Who has between a 20 and a 15?
Owl has a 15.
15 to 10.
Clerk has a 12.
11 on the wizard.
10.
Drak, what do you got?
3.
Malison is up first, so I think I'm going to do more damage to you in melee. I'm 100% certain I'm going to do more damage to you in melee. So I'm going to go open the door, stand right there, and try to hit the rogue. I can make 2 melee attacks, but only one of them can be a constrict. So here's the first. I'm going to get a 16 to hit the rogue.
That'll hit.
Takes 7 points of slashing damage with the scimitar. The second attack is going to be a constrict. It's going to get a 21 to hit you.
Yep.
It's going to do 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then you are grappled, meaning you have a movement speed of 0. But that is all that I can do. Ow.
Get an assist for the fighter, because I don't think I can assist with the grapple break.
You can assist with an ability check if you want.
Yeah, let's go with that grapple break.
So you're going to ability check, assist, and then fly away?
Yep.
LongFish.
Hit it with my hammer, and then drop my hammer, a bonus action spiritual weapon.
Sounds good.
So, hammer will get a 13
13 will connect.
for 5 points of damage.
You got it. Spiritual weapon casts.
18 to hit,
18 will connect.
11.
That was the LongFish. AzureWolf.
I think my only option is Ray of Frost right now. 18.
18 hits.
2 mighty points of frost damage.
Its speed is reduced by 10.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going anywhere.
Anything else after your turn?
That's it.
After the AzureWolf, Blind Oracle, you are grappled.
I believe I'm allowed to make an acrobatics check to escape this.
It is your action to acrobatics or athletics out. You have advantage because the owl helped you do this.
Excellent. We are going to acrobatics. 18?
I got a nat 20 plus 3, 23 total.
Well, that's my turn.
You have a bonus action. You could use an item if you want. You want to throw acid in his face.
Yeah, I'm going to throw acid in his face.
All right, roll it up. It's a ranged attack, so you do have disadvantage.
Nope, that's going to miss. A 2. There's no amount of bonus I can fix on that.
All right, after the Blind Oracle is the Drak.
All right, I'm going to steal a halfling from him I'm going to grab that halfling and run.
I'm not going to contest that, but is it now an opposed set of strength checks because I'm being held onto by two different people?
I don't think so. I understand the logic of why it would be. You're not going to contest it, and he's imposing a condition on you. So I think it's just going to spend the fighter's action to get away. The catch is the fighter can get to there.
Can I throw a halfling from there?
No, you can't throw them. You can grapple him and move him, but you can't throw him. So you're going to take an oppie if you leave.
But I'll get the halfling out of there, right?
Assuming you don't die moving to there. And then you'll move one more square to get the halfling to there.
All right, cool.
He's going to make his attack of opportunity against you. He's going to get a 23 with his scimitar.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
And he's going to do 8 points of slashing damage with his scimitar. What do you think about that as a turn after the fact? Because it is now the Malison's turn, and he's just going to do it over again. Oh, I guess he's going to walk away from a cleric. Was it worth your turn and taking the damage so that the cleric gets an opportunity attack?
So was it worth it? I mean, I think it depends on whether or not he does any more harm, but I got the halfling out of grapple.
That's just it. He's going to wreck me again.
Okay, so then it's the Malison's turn. He's going to do that. He's going to walk over here, attack the halfling.
He takes an attack of opportunity, right?
I dropped a hammer. Does a spiritual weapon get a hit?
No, it doesn't.
1, it's not a creature. 2, you haven't led its threat. You do get attack of opportunity, you just are doing it with either an improvised weapon called your shield or your fist. Improvised weapon's a little bit better.
I'll punch it. Why not?
Because a punch only does 1 damage, whereas an improvised weapon, it's a proficiency question. You are proficient with unarmed strike, so it'll do 3 points of damage. Or you can take the non-proficient improvised weapon and do a little bit, potentially a little bit more damage. I'll let you pick which one you want, just tell me.
I'll do the improvise. 14.
That'll hit, roll damage.
3, I guess?
Alright, now he walks away. He swings his scimitar at the halfling for a total of 13 to hit.
That will miss. No, you have advantage on this, because I'm grappled, therefore immobilized.
No, you're not grappled. As soon as you left 5 feet from me, I am no longer grappling you.
The fighter has me grappled.
Okay, 1, grappling imposes 0 movement. That's all it does. You're thinking restrained, which does impose disadvantage on attacks. Grappling just does 0 movement. If you were prone and then grappled, that would be different. If you were restrained, that would be different, but just grapple is just 0 movement. That's all it is. Think of it as somebody hanging onto your wrist. That's, I think, the best way people think about it. They think about it as being pinned, but it's not that. But here's the constrict for 18, which is going to hit, and I think it's going to kill you. 13 points of bludgeoning damage as he squeezes the life out of you.
Dead.
Dead.
Unconscious. All right, that was the Malison, and now with nobody around him, we're going to get some cover out.
Let's get in there and impose some disadvantage for the fighter.
Okay, and then fly back.
Yep.
LongFish.
Walk over to the halfling. Action, use a healing potion.
Okay,
A total of 8 points. Bonus action, move the spiritual weapon.
roll to hit.
That is 19 plus 5, 24.
24 will connect, roll damage.
For a big 4 damage.
AzureWolf.
Get where I can hit it, shoot it with a frost, and it's a 14 on the die.
He'll get cover, but a 14 is still going to do it.
5 points of frost, minus 10.
Do you want to move some more?
Back towards the owl, just to keep my distance.
BlindOracle.
Bonus action, use item, put caltrops in front of me. I want to make it as hard as possible for him to move into us again, because I think that he's going to be better at getting out of the trap. And then action, drink my potion for 2d4 plus 2. That's 6 points. And then move back behind the fighter.
After that, Drak.
Okay. If I am in the square directly in front of me, can he move around me or through the doorway into this corner here behind me?
No, he can't get through that hard corner.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank you. Move up, and I will stab him with my steely pike.
Advantage.
I got an AC 17
17 will connect, roll damage.
for 6 damage.
After the Drak, top of the order, Malison. Malison is going to walk around the caltrops and go after the fighter. Does a 13 hit you with a scimitar?
No, not today. Sometimes when I go to bed.
Does a 20 hit you with a constrict?
Oh yeah, 20 is definitely going to hit me with a constrict.
Take 6 points of bludgeoning damage and you are grappled. After the Malison is the owl.
Same thing. Aggravate him for the fighter and get the heck back.
LongFish.
Find my warhammer, walk up next to it, and hit it with my warhammer. That is a 11 total.
11 is going to miss.
Spiritual weapon, 20. That's a crit.
Oh, crit, cool.
First, second. 15 plus 3, 18 points of damage, and that's it for me.
After the LongFish is the AzureWolf.
Yep, same thing. Gonna pop a ray of frost and keep my distance. That's an 11.
Miss.
Keep my distance.
BlindOracle.
Bonus action hide around the corner. Ooh, halfling luck. Well, that'll certainly do it. A 27 to hide.
Yeah, nat 20 will succeed.
Then we'll go ahead and shoot with advantage. Does a 15 hit?
Yes, 15 will hit.
Cool. Ooh, good numbers. 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage is lethal.
There we go.
Vengeance!
Vengeance is yours. Anything you guys want to do at the end of the encounter?
Did he have a bigger scimitar?
Or no, it's the same size as the other ones. He does have a longbow, though.
I will trade up for that longbow.
Why don't we give the longbow to the halfling?
Can't use it.
Do you still have your channel divinity?
Yeah, I do. I'm asking if anyone's below half.
I am not.
No, just barely not.
End of encounter, then.
I have a question. Is it possible to sweep the caltrops back in the bag or no?
I'm going to say no. For 2 silver each, you can just buy one.
No, we definitely do that for comedy.
Hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand, Drak.
I've only got 19 hit points, but I've got both Action Surge and Second Wind going into the final combat. Doing pretty good. I got this fancy new longbow. Let's try that for a bit.
BlindOracle.
Short bow in hand, we're at 14 out of 25 hit points. We've used a couple of our tricks in the bag, so no more acid available, and we're down a bag of caltrops. No in-character abilities to speak of.
AzureWolf.
23 out of 25 on the HP front. 2 first level spell slots down, 1 remaining. 1 second level spell slot down, 1 remaining. And my arcane recovery is down, and I have my owl out.
LongFish.
25 out of 27 hit points, 1 level 1 spell slot remaining, and I have Channel Divinity.
I'm going to walk back my longbow for a javelin and a pike.
Yeah, you see that -1 to hit.
Yeah.
So we got a thug who is in the middle and thoroughly charmed. Thugs have multi-attack maces and heavy crossbows. They also have packed tactics. Then we got 3 serpent folk, purebloods. They can all do suggestion. They can all do poisonous shortbows. So these are incredibly dangerous. We'll see how that goes. Terrain. Let's take a look at the terrain layer. There's a couple of posts here that you cannot move through, but you can move around. There's also these rooms that you can go into and out of. They have beds that are difficult terrain, and there's a staircase here that you can go down. Otherwise, the statues are impassable. With the bowls in front of them, you can stand on or stand under. So what are you guys thinking for fighting a squad of recasters in the front?
I would not take this fight.
Well, if we go first, that's a good shatter.
If I can get first, that's what I'm sitting here thinking, shatter. If not, I can make that fighter be enlarged. That way he's doing more damage each round.
I think we all get our own room.
Just go to bed.
No, for real, we do have some nice little spots if we can get to them. This stairwell down here at the bottommost section, can we pile into it?
Well, I mean, 2 of you could.
We could use it for cover, right?
Yeah. Cover all over the place here. So you can get behind the pillars.
I think here the most important thing is going to be designating fire. We're just going to have to work them down one at a time. Can we name them Tom, Dick, and Harry?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's either I get the shatter off or I save my 2 slots for concentration breakers for magic missiles.
Yeah.
Well, I like that.
And that's going to very much depend on initiative. Oh man, so much of this depends on initiative.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's roll initiative. Anybody get above a 20? Anybody get between a 20 and a 15?
18 on the owl.
18 minus 1 on the clerk.
17 on the wizard.
Anybody get between a 15 and a 10?
A 10 for the rogue.
Anyone have between a 10 and a 5?
8.
And then a 2 for the snake folk.
They're getting nuked.
Ow.
Let's fly him in that top left room.
I'm sorry, the door is not open.
The owl cannot operate a door.
If that's the case, then he's going to get behind a pillar.
There is a door right in front of you, and that door is closed.
When the door opens, his action is to move behind a pillar.
Sounds good, thank you. LongFish.
Open the door.
Yep.
I'm gonna move to next to the pillar, right next to the owl.
Okay.
Sacred Flame, the slug.
Fails. Go and roll the damage.
8 points.
AzureWolf.
Alright, so we're rolling with that shadow strategy and have the 1 spell slot. So yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Move to here. Cast Shatter at 60. What's the damage?
It is 15.
15 or 7. Tom is going to take 7. Dick is going to take 7. And Harry's going to take 15. And the thug is going to take 15. All right, that's 2 squares of movement. You want to move back?
Actually, I think I want to get behind the owl and go prone.
After that, we go to BlindOracle.
So the question is, do I start taking shots now, or do I wait? Do I hide a turn, see what they're doing, and then take shots?
It's up to you.
I think we take shots now. So bonus action, try and hide behind the fighter. Well, that'll do it. That's a crit, 27. Pop out, shoot Harry, the guy in the back, eastmost. Will an 18 hit?
18 will connect.
11 points of damage.
Jump back, I imagine.
Yeah, I think so.
Bonus action, movement, Drak.
All right, so I'm going to end in that westmost bottom room, but on my way there, I'd like to toss a javelin at him at disadvantage because I can't get within 30 of them. AC 16.
16 will connect. It's a good throw at disadvantage.
5 damage, and I'm going to my room.
That was Drak. All right, Snake Folk. I think that's what you wanted. You wanted to get as many susceptible to suggestion people out of the way. They're just going to volley suggestions at you. We'll get within 30, so we'll go there. Suggest that the cleric join their team for the next 8 hours.
That's wisdom, right? 23.
Do it again. Suggest that you join their team.
That's a 14.
That'll succeed, so that's within range. Suggest again.
That is a 11.
And that will fail. So you are currently under the suggestion you are on their team for the next 8 hours. Thug. Thug is going to pin the fighter in the room. He's going to dash to there. That's my turn. Owl.
Let's aggravate the one with the most DPS for the rogue, right?
Yeah, that'll work. I mean, I can generate advantage for myself relatively easy.
Yeah, well, the fighter's down there, and that's the problem. He just got pinned in. It would be for myself then, I guess? Well, no. Yeah, let's go myself.
Well, you're not going to roll to hit, right?
Yeah, because I'm going to throw magic missile, so cleric.
So you run over here, antagonize that guy, and then fly up to the northeast?
Yep.
All right, LongFish. Go ahead and make an attack on the wizard.
Alright, 23 then.
23 to hit. I'm imagining that's going to hit.
On D8, 7 plus 2, 9.
So that was LongFish, AzureWolf.
Magic missile, the one that got this adjusted off. First missile is going to be 5. Second missile is 4. Third missile is 4.
No point in making concentration checks because that is dead. Anything else on your turn?
I'm good.
BlindOracle.
Let's shoot a caster. Bonus action hide. 14 to hide.
14 will. I think that's going to do it. Yeah, that's exactly what you needed.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and shoot between Tom and Dick. They have taken the same amount of damage from what I can tell, yes?
That's correct.
We'll shoot Dick. We're going to shoot Dick. 16 to hit.
That connects.
That's better. 18 points of damage. And then I would like to move. I'd like to hide behind the pillar next to the owl. Well, actually, hang on. Is that smart? No. I'll stay right where I am.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be in line of sight of these guys. Staying behind the door where you're at, out of line of sight, is your best. But they'd have to do a lot of movement to get to you. That was the BlindOracle. Drak.
All right, we're going to start with a bonus action to second wind. That'll give me 9 hit points, taking me up to 28. I'm going to go ahead and drop the pike, draw the maul, and try and smash this guy's face in. That's going to be AC 19, 13 damage.
Oh, that's lethal.
That's cool. I'm going to use some movement, go up. I think this would be Dick, and once I get there, I'll go ahead and action surge. It's going to be AC 20.
Yep.
10 damage.
All right, Snake Folk. I think we want a fighter. Well, the thing is, the fighter is the least effective. Don't take this the wrong way. Initiative-wise, you're the least effective on my team because the rest of your team has the most time to break. You would do the least for me. I really want you, but you would do the least for me. Versus the cleric who will do the most for me.
But is the hardest to have happen.
Exactly, yeah.
To be honest, it's getting inside that door, getting that rogue. That's what you really want.
Yeah, but I can't do that from here. We'll go for the cleric. We're gonna go, I'm gonna go for the cleric. Cleric, go and make a wisdom save.
13.
13 passes, and then we're gonna move away from this fighter. We're gonna hide behind this pillar. Second Snake Folk, same thing. Go and make another wisdom save.
24.
And then we're gonna move here. Owl.
Well, let's aggravate that thing for the fighter.
Help action. LongFish.
Take him.
I think fighters got this covered. I'm gonna go box the other caster in. Let's hit him with the inflict wounds.
The last one, I think.
Yep. For a 15 to hit.
15 connects.
22 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that's 22 points of damage. Anything else?
That's me.
AzureWolf.
I'm going to continue to work on that southernmost guy. Ray of Frost. 13.
That'll connect.
3.
And then move back behind this pillar.
Yeah.
BlindOracle.
I think we want to get the guy who's out in the open.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the charm off the board.
Bonus action hide. 14.
14 is successful. That's exactly what you needed.
Shoot the guy in the middle with advantage. Crit.
Nice.
Grab that sock full of dice.
You say that, we're not at Shadowrun levels of dice yet. This is just base Fireball. Come on now. We'll get there.
Now, this isn't even base Fireball. Fireball's 8 now.
But see, it's not that bad. 19 damage.
19 points of damage. Okay, it had 2 hit points left, so it is toast. And then back behind the door.
Yeah.
After the BlindOracle is the Drak.
I'm going to charge right at him and hit him with a maul in his face. I don't think I have advantage on this one, right?
I don't see it.
I rolled a 1.
That's not going to do it. Anything else?
I mean, I swear, I'm done.
Okay. I'm in the exact same position.
Pick your poison.
We'll suggest the same thing on the cleric for the third attempt. I only have 3 of these a day, so go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. I suggest you join my team for the next 8 hours.
16.
16 will make it. And I don't want to take an oppie, so I am done. After that, we go to the owl. Owl flies over and aids who?
Fighter.
Longfish.
Warhammer at 20, 30, 20.
30-20 hits.
For a total of 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage, okay.
That's me.
2 HP in a dream. AzureWolf.
Ray Frost.
Okay, you're going to take the copious amounts of cover, or you're going to do a different play?
21.
Yeah, that'll hit even with all that cover.
3.
3 is what you needed. 2 would have done it too, and the snake folk dies. Same question as always. What do you guys think was the hardest encounter?
Probably the last one.
What made it difficult?
The number of charm they can throw at us.
Do you think the charm was effective, though? I got a single swing, a single attack. If I had thrown poisoned arrows instead of that, do you think that would have been more effective? Or do you think that I just got bad luck and the charms worked out in your guys' favor?
I mean, I think it's bad luck because had you had a turn to be able to charm the fighter, the whole thing would be completely different.
Yeah, and with the order of the initiative, it didn't really work. Azure, do you agree, disagree, think a different one?
Yeah, I do think this one was pretty hard. I think that one with the traps that we used, that one was a little tougher because it was a lot of, oh no, the rogue was out in no man's land for a little bit there. And that could have potentially gone south real fast.
So on that note, BlindOracle, what do you think about being caught out far away from the group? Was that a good idea to run for it, or was that a mistake?
Honestly, it weirdly enough worked out in its own way, because I could get myself out of that problem without a whole lot of resource expenditure, and you chasing me actually ended up costing you more time than I think you were prepared to burn. Beyond that, a lot of that came down to initiative. Tonight just seems to have come down to initiative a lot of times. Realistically, it might have been better to throw the trap and walk back, but I didn't want the caster to have any line of sight to anything.
In this scenario, I think if they were able to hit you and then run back for cover, that would be harder for you guys to break their concentration. Drak, what do you think about the hardest encounter?
I think it was encounter 2. Is this the one where I dropped? I think it is.
I think this is the one where you dropped.
Oh, no, there's the one. Yeah, that one. Which one was that? Was that the scorpion?
That was the scorpion.
What made this hard? Because I feel like usually people roll over single monster encounters.
Yeah, they do usually, but this one was tough for me. I think it was tough because I found myself out of position. I kept trying to put the reach to use, but I kept finding myself on the front line. I was starting to play yo-yo with my hit points at that point. I just needed to suck it up and accept that I was going to be taking the hits. That's always a hard sell for me. Regardless of what class I'm playing, like, hey, you know, your job is to stand there and get hit. I don't like getting hit. I've been hit too many times in real life. I don't like it.
Do you think it's a legitimate strategy, barring your personal feelings about it? Do you think it's a legitimate strategy, or do you think it's like, no, we should have come up with a better way than we'll just soak damage?
No. That's what I appreciate more about the longer form, that you've got a chance to really think your way through a situation, using the terrain to advantage, the way you approach an encounter. If you find yourself taking hits, if you find yourself swapping damage back and forth, you've already lost. I really think it's about really, really minimizing the amount of wounds you take, being more careful.
What was the easiest encounter? LongFish, what do you think?
I think the first one went pretty well. It was like no fuss, just like straight up everything went almost according to plan.
This is another one where I'm like, I had this charm and I kept using it over and over and over again and assuming that it would reduce your damage output and increase my damage output. But I feel like shooting you with arrows just would have been more effective. Pinning you guys down with guards and then shooting with arrows would have been more effective. The constrictor snake, I like how it's a big and scary monster, especially with that reach. But out here, this was kind of the opportune terrain for it.
I think that also answers problems like if there's enough room, reach doesn't matter. People can just run you.
Yep.
It's like if there's more than 3 squares, the DM is just not going to move a pawn next to you.
Right, yeah. At this point, you're blocking off 5 squares. But even so, outdoor encounters, you can just move around it. Yeah, it definitely changes the weapons choices that maybe a person wants to make. Where previously only 3 squares would block a hallway, but now you would need 5. BlindOracle?
Okay, so there are 2 encounters that I want to highlight. The first is this one. We got lucky in this encounter, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, mathematically, it was on your side. You should have hit 2 more charms.
So they're DC 12 for the cleric. He needs a 6 to fail.
Yeah.
So I should be hitting about 1 in 3. And I hit them once, but you guys quickly knocked them down. Because you guys killed them before I got the third volley, so I threw about 6 of them at you.
I think I failed twice.
Did you? No, you wouldn't have failed twice because you only swung once.
I think in my head the math said one more, and I feel like this encounter could have gone very badly, right? Because let's say you do hit that charm, and we don't break the concentration. We are in trouble at that point, because now we're scrambling. I've got someone in my face chasing me around the map, we're down a damage source, and we're at the end of the day, so we're all pretty low on spells and or abilities.
On that note, do you think, based on the setup here, do you think it would be better to have the more difficult fights at the beginning, or do you think it would be better to have the more difficult fights at the end?
That's a great question. There's the BlindOracle answer, and then there's the generic player answer. Because things like Arcane Recovery exist, especially when you have a rogue and a fighter. Their damage output, nominally speaking, should be about the same every fight. Right? Later fight, early fight, doesn't matter. So the cleric and the wizard blow the first fight out, great. That's less hit points we have to deal with later. If you stack them early and we just go hard in the early fights, it means that we're fighting downhill rather than having to pace ourselves. That's the BlindOracle answer. The more realistic answer is it's probably better to pace ourselves and have a harder fight at the end, because players will naturally hold on to resources. It's just this thing, like players hoard resources. So a harder fight at the end for the average group is going to feel better because they're going to have tools to deal with it.
You said there was 2 encounters you wanted to talk about. What was the other one?
The other one I wanted to talk about was the Snake Man encounter.
Yeah.
This is the definition of a coin flip encounter, right? We lose initiative, we lose a bunch of resources off the bat because I go down in functionally 1 turn, and I want to acknowledge a player mistake in this encounter. I should have taken the dodge action.
The thing about grapple is you can break it with moving the foe around. If you move the foe away from the friendly, and to what Drak was saying about an opposed strength check or opposed athletics check, I think most people would play it that way. Rules as written, I don't know exactly which way it's supposed to go. I don't see by the rules that are written why this thing would be able to hold on to it if someone else is trying to pull him away. Like if you're trying to escape a grapple, I get that. But if somebody else has grappled him and then tried to move him, I don't really see why that one would work. Anyway, pushing the Malison, I think once BlindOracle got grappled, then pushing the Malison out of the way and having the rogue dodge might have been the way to go. But I think the effect of pulling the rogue out of the way accomplished the same thing. Because of the way the initiative worked out, it's just like, well, now it's the Malison's turn again, so it didn't do that much.
You know, that's interesting, because what I found afterwards was that we had moved the fight. There was a benefit to the event. It just wasn't intended.
Yeah, that's certainly true. The other thing about this fight, and I think this is a little bit weird, is you guys were stacked up like this coming in. I think that is really the part of this fight that, one, there's really no reason you would encounter this fight this way. It would either be like this, right? Something like that. Or this hallway would have had a longer tail. So I think this is probably the worst possible position you could have been in to get this fight, where you have someone who has functionally the lowest armor. Yes, it's the same as the mages, but the mage has a shield, so it can just reaction, bring up a shield, and increase their AC up to 20, right? Functionally, he has the highest AC of the group. Because if I'm looking at this, I'm like, well, you got a 17, you got an 18, you got a 15, but it'll turn into a 20. So really, you have the lowest AC of the group and one of the highest damage outputs. So you're always going to be the target. I should probably start stacking you with you in the back, because that would have been a different fight, right? He runs up here, constrict for 16. Okay, well, I'm going to shield, and only if I get a 21 does it make a difference. And even then, he's like, all right, well, I can still cast. And then you're like, cool, I'm going to still shoot. He can cast Shock and Grasp, and you're like, well, I have this bow, but you don't have a lot of options.
Yeah.
Drak, what do you think was the easiest?
So this is the one that was just before last, right? What's the second one?
How do you guys feel about hidden flying snakes? Do you think that's realistic to what a person would encounter? Or do you think it was played fair as far as the mechanics of getting them out there?
Oh, yeah, that was fine. I liked it. But yeah, I think this was definitely what I would put down as the easiest of the fights. I think we started in a really strong position and kind of worked our way into the fight. Believe it or not, I mean, it was a tough fight, but I think we handled it pretty well.
Starting at a choke point, even if they have the ranged attack, because their ranged attacks are pretty gnarly. The D6 plus 1, 2D6 poison.
I liked this one. There was a lot of dynamism to the encounter area. I liked moving around it. We had flying foes. The thing I wasn't ready for that I really enjoyed was the use of the familiar to distract the opponents, always going towards me. That was a lot of fun and good teamwork.
Yeah, AzureWolf has pulled that one out, and he's doing work with that. And then it's my job to try to snipe them out of the sky. That's a lot of fun.
I think that like twisty hallway fight is one of the like the funniest fight where you accidentally walked yourself into the shatter.
That was a good one.
I mean, obviously that was a bad move, but what would have been a better thing for the cultists to do? Like sit out here and twiddle their thumbs and wait for an ambush? But maybe that's the right answer, is just go in one at a time. But I feel like you go in one at a time.
You're slowing down the meat grinder.
You're slowing down the meat grinder, but you're just giving them focus fire. My best tactic is to focus fire on one of you guys, probably the rogue. Your best tactic is to focus fire on me, probably the caster. That's generally how the tactics work back and forth. Then it's just the question of, well, how are you going to go about doing it? This one I think got very silly. I mean, it's fun. It was a good encounter.
Those snakes are hard with that freaking +9 to hit. Oof.
+6, but yeah.
Yeah, that really high plus hit.
This map gave me palpitations here, because the way I would normally encounter this is like, for example, there's a timer on it, right? I would normally expect that they're doing something in this left room that I need to stop, so they can afford to wait for me, and I've got to come and stop them, and then the upper room can come down and they can use the pinch in the middle against us, because that's the real danger here, is us getting stuck in the middle there, and they're coming at us from two different sides. But the way we had it, they had to come and get us, so it really was at a disadvantage for them.
I think these guys would have been a lot more dangerous if they had ranged attacks, because I would have been able to do something with them.
They do. They can throw stuff, man. they look at all these torches around they could have thrown at us.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about improvised weapons, and I'm just looking at stat lines, but of course they have improvised weapons that could have been thrown. They're not particularly good with improvised weapons, and maybe they wouldn't do anything.
No. Cultists aren't particularly good at anything.
That's why they're CR 1/8. I think a flying snake is CR 1/8, and those things are awesome. I had a ton of fun with those. They're also just fun to use. It does 7 points of poison damage on average. It does 3d4 poison damage. It has a +6 to hit. Those things are crazy. And they don't provoke attacks of opportunity when they fly out of enemy's reach. They're so good. You were saying, AzureWolf?
I was commenting on the cultists being kind of lazy, but the flyers are awesome as a enemy.
Any other points you guys want to bring up? Any other thoughts you had about the encounters? Do you think they're, generally speaking, all fair encounters? Like difficult or easy? Do you think they were all fair encounters?
No, I think this was pretty thematical, and it felt pretty like this is a pretty fun fight throughout the entire section. That last one could have gone bad, really bad. I agree with that sentiment. I think that one with that single boss where the road went down, that one was the one where I was like, oh, this one might go south real fast.
The question presupposes the CR and counter difficulty, right?
Well, no, those are factually true, right? Like, they are CR3 encounters. There's really no question about presupposition of that. Do you feel like these were fair fights that level 3 players would want to fight against?
From a more, I don't know, old school sentiment, right? Like, if you're in a Yuan-Ti layer and you get 6 encounters deep into a Yuan-Ti layer, it was a perfectly even spread with a great adventure of play. That was cool. What I think would have been fine is allowing for a little bit more of the death spiral at the end by upping the DC at the very last. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be perfectly fine to start dropping in, this blood stuff to bubbling, and, maybe they summon some kind of eldritch horror or some whatnot, because we came in so strong at the end. We were ready for these guys.
You had, I think, 3 spells among the 4 of you. But yeah, I could see something where they reach over into the bowls of blood and take out a handful and suck it down and take some hit points, and now you have disadvantage on the saves to resist their charm or something like that to up the ante once you guys stop past them.
I only say that because there's a real bottom line. When you're out of spells, half your party's controlled by suggestion and people are dropping left and right, and yet built into the design, there's still this one guy's just dragging a guy back through the dungeon, spending every other turn using medicine in order to keep him alive, you know what I mean? And just still using him as a shield. You can get down into the nitty gritty with the system. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, they were perfectly fair and even encounters, but they could get worse.
The advice that they give for people building encounters is you should have a mix of easy, medium, hard, and deadly, or easy, medium, difficult, and deadly, or whatever they're called. I'm only rolling mediums. It's 4 characters against the exact same CR of opponent. We could look at how to fight harder encounters, but I think a lot of it is in the context of how you're going to get your resources back afterward. So I don't think fighting 6 deadlies in a row would be a lot of fun, right? And then it's like, well, if you just fight one off, what does that actually look like? Well, you're just going to go Nova every time because they're only one off. I'm not sure what the balance would be there.
I'm going to counter argue that across 6 average encounters, we actually ran to empty by the end of the day. We're real close, right? At the end of this encounter,
yeah, I'm out.
AzureWolf's out, LongFish is out. I have thrown 100 gold at this dungeon.
Have you? Oh, you're absolutely right. You're going to get 100 gold back, and it's just going to replenish what you spent. That's 100% right.
Because, I mean, I've got my 1 potion left, and I think that's it on potions.
And we burned both healing potions on the fighter across 6 encounters. We were towards the end of the tank at this point.
Yeah, but you had 4 people on their feet at the end. You guys spread around those resources about as good as you could.
Yeah, I rationed this whole dungeon with my spells because I was like, we're fighting these casters, so I can't just kind of blow.
You could keep running on empty for a lot longer, bro.
So now you're getting into this place, though, where we're going from a tactical simulation into sort of a storytelling retreat. Let's say more realistically, so the cleric hits the wizard prone. Maybe they crit. Wizard's now down. If we're trying to simulate an encounter versus a story, there's a difference. From an encounter perspective, we are pretty close to empty. If you want to talk about story and running, retreat, and what we're doing, that's a different set of mechanics entirely.
No. I'm definitely not talking about story. I'm talking about the mechanic. Because the action economy of 5e is going to bring in this crazy level of survivability. You've got 3 death saving throws. You've got an average difficulty to stabilize.
You automatically fail a death save if you get targeted. So if we're going to talk about resiliency and playing hardball, he pokes one of us. The DM pokes someone and we die.
That's absolutely true. I guess what I'm saying is that you can play in that liminal space a lot deeper than we went and have lots more to go. That's just from experience. You know, I hear you. I'm the kind of player that doesn't like taking any damage at all.
There's definitely an aspect of if somebody drops to the ground and you're like, oh, it's the monster's turn, everyone dogpiles them and just kills them outright, right? You just need 2 hits and you got advantage on both of them because the target's prone. It's pretty easy to take a person from dying to dead real quick. But that's very much the GM's discretion of what kind of game they want to run. Knowing that it is a threat is important for people to realize that if that's the game that you're in, here's how to deal with that. And if that's not the game you're in, how else to deal with that. BlindOracle, you've brought that up before, talking about if somebody drops and they're in melee range, you got to get that person up and how that drains your actions. Because you're like, well, I got to get that person up, so my turn is wasted. And me as the DM, I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep sitting here poking that person back down so that I keep wasting 2 players' actions, the person who's down and the person who keeps bringing them back up. That's all for the Snakefolk Lair. Next week, we'll continue with Level 4 and clearing gnolls from a mountain fortress. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Sarson Zero, and I hope to see you then.